One. I'm with Annabelle. Hi, honey.
Everybody.
Just got into 25 hours flying from Israel to Dubai to the United States.
To layover time and shopping.
Well, yeah. And but we met with Netanyahu and his chiefs of staff and his advisors, and it's quite an experience to be there. I mean, in the Judea Samaria area, when you hear about the West Bank, I always think it's weird because you think of it as some kind of place, you don't know where it is. It's actually Judea and Samaria. It's the historic land where Philip preached. And when I think of Philip, I think of where I'm going now. Annabelle and I are kind of dressed up because we're going over to Todd White is having a gala. And it's his first one. And he's an evangelist with signs and wonders.
Everyone loves him.
Everybody loves him. And I've watched the evolution of Todd over the years. When I first met him, he was one of those in 2016, 17, 18, and he represents an interesting evolution. He was not into the political. He was into transforming the world through the book of Acts preaching. But then over time, and I really respect this about ministers, he began to realize that there was a proxy war between heaven and hell taking place through the culture war. And what was going on with the trans community and invading the children in the home, COVID with the shutdowns, with forced masks and forced vax. And he began to broaden his revelation as to what the warfare is and be a leader for both cultural and spiritual revolution. And so I became very interested. And the reason I'm giving you that background is because I think he's a modern day Philip. And since I was in Samaria, walking with the mayor of Samaria, and we were literally out at sniper points where we could have got shot at. And when I was there, they had 5 buses that were wired. I didn't tell you this, Annabelle, because I don't want you freaking out when I go these places. 5 buses were wired to blow up. These would have been buses that would have had 50 school children in them in the morning.
How'd they find them?
And what the Lord did was he intervened. And the guys that set the bomb set it for 9 p.m. instead of 9 a.m. So the buses didn't go off when they had the kids in them. They went off the night before. But this was in the West Bank, Judea and Samaria. And I began to realize that these are demons. And the only thing they can remember, demons came out with loud shrieks when Philip preached in that territory. I believe those demons are there. They're in people. The same way the left, and you see it in this country, and it's not. If you're enlightened, you'll get what I'm saying right now, and if you're not, you'll get triggered. When you look at how the left behaved during the president's speech, like he said, I can announce RFK just got a cure for cancer, and these people will sit there and protest. They won't stand up. I could present you with a little boy who's 13 who is going to be honored as an honorary member of the Secret Service, who's had 10 brain surgery things and operations, and he just loves God and wants to be a policeman if God gives him the grace to grow up. He's goals to be a policeman. They wouldn't stand for that. In other words, it reminds me what Jesus said to the Pharisees. He said, John the Baptist came, and he was a teetotaler, and you rejected him. The Son of Man comes, and he just has a wedding party, and you guys reject him. You won't dance, you won't sing if we're abstaining, you won't drink, you won't dance and sing if we're drinking. You won't do nothing because your goal is to be obstructive and not make progress. Well, here's the deal, Lucille. Tonight, what's your name? LifestyleChristianity.com, right? I want you to go to LifestyleChristianity.com. I'll be doing the keynote there. And you get to hear the whole event. But most important, I'm going to tell you what it is. I support, I have an interesting job right now. I'm a nonprofit. Annabelle's a nonprofit, working with the poor and the single mothers and the children. But my role actually is to help raise money for other people. God graces me with the ability to fund other people's visions at times. And this is one of those times when I want to help Todd's vision. His school for training, Lifestyle Christianity, both online and on campus, will activate and transfer to you the acumen, the skill, the knowledge, the ability, the characteristics, the impartation to be an able supernatural ministry like Philip what he has is a transferable mantle.
Yes.
And you'll get it. You'll pick up on it. It's the kind of it's like a virus that God gives you that is contagious and good.
And he's anointed, so if he ever prays for you, it's a tangible experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he prayed for me in the airport one day.
Random airport encounter?
Random airport encounter. You were there. You forget.
Random
There's
drive-by.
so many of those.
I remember drive-by fruiting. Anyway, but listen, guys, lifestylechristianity.com. Go watch. Pay for the live stream ticket. Just sow into the guy. And as you sow into the supernatural,
you reap.
You reap. And by the way, I'm talking to him about taking my research, which is now being put into curriculum for universities, in the field of convergence, which is really Bobby Clinton's research, but I've modernized it and given it 7 mountains, because I really do believe it's the hour when the supernatural Christians are going to go to the top of the tech field,
Amen.
the top of the marketing field, the top of the screenwriting and the documentary field, the top of the podcast field. We're going to be in government. A lot of Trump's cabinet people are strong believers. We're going to be in every sector of society. We're going to be like ants at a picnic. Everywhere you go, you're going to find a believer testifying about Jesus. So I want to combine that with his lifestyle Christianity. Wouldn't that be a hoot? If we took the two, take Convergence, which is his study of how destiny is formed, scientifically, the 5 phases of destiny, and showed people how to identify their dominant constraint. That's the one thing that's keeping you from being able to do the thing God called you to do. It's called constraint theory. If we combine Convergence, which is the study of destiny, with constraint theory, which is the study of what hinders the growth of a company, the growth of the business, or the ability of an individual to go up a career ladder. It's about career in all 7 mountains. I've got the data on how to go to the higher level. Scientific data, Annabelle. So, if we take that field of convergence studies, along with constraint studies, and put it with supernatural lifestyle Christianity, so that believers starting at 18, 19, 20 are just kicking into gear and they're retired. Man, get the supernatural, because the super on the natural is an accelerator up the mountain.
Oh, they want me to go a different way.
What are you talking about? Oh, no. Oh, Lance is going to be a little bit late for the gala.
No, that's okay.
We are having traffic.
Well, that's interesting. They changed the time of arrival.
You should have used Waze. It's an Israeli app.
You always say that.
Well, but it'll give you alternate ways to go. Did it try to tell you an alternate way to go?
It did.
And you didn't listen, did you?
I'm listening to you. I'm not even
Oh, you're
attention.
listening to me. Well, that's a worthy cause. Hey, what do you think of my skin? Don't you think my skin looks good? I'm using Annabelle's product.
Actually, yes. It's botanical from Korea, and it's mine. It can be yours,
She's got me using it so that I have this.
LanceWallnow.com/Riemann.
LanceWallnow.com/RIMON? A-N?
Riemann.
I didn't even know I had that.
It's Riemann.
My wife is industrious.
And you can...
But I'm just admiring my shiny face.
Lance is always admiring his face, but now... his mother...
Oh, how narcissistic can you get?
His mom used to look in the mirror. She was one of the most...
I always said that when I'm gone, they'll be my grave will have a hand sticking out, a sculpture of a hand with a phone in it, doing a live broadcast. Oh, it's pathetic, people.
I thought you were going to say it with a brush fixing my hair.
No, forget it. The hair. No one will remember the hair, but they will remember the broadcast. All right, love you guys. Remember, lifestylechristianity.com, so you can eavesdrop on the conversation. And what do you think about this idea of a 7-mountain curriculum combined with convergence, teaching on destiny? How to find your mountain, climb your mountain, go to the top, identify the number 1 constraint that's keeping you from getting there, and then and really walking with the supernatural in signs and wonders to work with angels on the way up.
Amen.
Wow.
Whole entire.
You were lost in my discussion? Maureen Cowley? Maureen's watching.
Is that my Maureen?
That's your Maureen, honey.
Maureen! I can't read anybody's name. I'm driving.
No, you're driving. You're not supposed to read them. All right, folks. Hey, share this, because then in 2 hours it's going to be old news.
Oh.
You got to get in that window while the window's there.
I think I'll keep going.
All right, honey, I keep going. You're making your own path here.
Yes.
We're innovating our own way forward, like true Pentecostals. Anyway, Bibi Netanyahu, I really liked him.
You did?
Yeah, I did. He and I had a great connection. He told me, he said to me, he comes up to me out of our group. He goes, I want you to go to the Temple Mount. Told me to go to the Temple Mount.
Lance, isn't that where Tom and Kate live?
No. They live on Mount Zion, honey.
Oh, Temple Mount.
Temple Mount's where the Temple Mount's where the temple is.
All right, but is that where you preach? On the Temple Mount stairs?
Outside. Yes, outside on the steps. But he wants me to go to the actual mount.
Is he going with?
Well, the next time I'll wait to ask him, hey, you really want me to go? Go with me.
Did he give you his cell phone?
No, he didn't give me his cell phone. Not my wife. My wife asks me these questions live. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Lifestyle Christianity.com. Bye-bye.